So I think I've just alluded to my answer here, but it's all about the business case. It's all about demand signals. That can't end at the plant boundary. It has to take the customer and the wider market into account. So the EU has been developing some initiatives on that front that have been quite interesting. There've been a couple of important projects of common European interest. So Hy2Tech, which is focused on mobility, and Hy2Use, I believe, which is focused on the infrastructure side. Speaking as someone who does a lot of his work in the UK feels a bit behind this and is focused a lot more on the production side. So mostly at smaller scales where you get the benefits are less apparent. So I think, again, going back to the policy side, I think allowing risk-taking intermediaries in the UK, for example, in a controlled way could be beneficial to supporting market growth and leveraging existing infrastructure, encouraging those large multi-party collaborations to spread risk and ensure that the right foundations are in place to support those large production projects. And then if those are in place and those are ready to support these projects, then it's up to the producers and off-takers to find business cases that work, they're sensible, that are achievable, and that then allow these projects to be led by those demand signals rather than assuming that they will come. So that is going to take proactive engagement across the whole supply chain, the end-to-end supply chain between producers, off-takers, OEMs, and customers as well. I think quite a good example of this are the Hydrogen Valleys projects. But to give some constructive criticism, I guess, sometimes they feel a little bit too much like a test bed rather than a first commercial project that has the potential to continue growing once the funding has finished. And then I think finally, the financing aspect can be quite an underrated challenge for production projects to overcome. Again, demand plays a key role in this, but you really need to engage with funders early in the process, determine how your finance will be structured very early on, especially for these large projects that have huge capital investment requirements. And you also really need to take them on the journey when it comes to how you develop those projections of future demand, maybe even introduce them to some customers to help them understand where that demand is coming from, how certain it is, and just make sure that all of your projections of future demand are based on solid and credible foundations.